Patrick Christie's here with Westminster. I'm here with Daniel Kawczynski, who's here to talk to us today about a few present topics. The EU Withdrawal Bill is obviously going on late into the night today, and so what do you make of Jeremy Corbyn telling his MPs to vote it down?
Well, it's a massive betrayal of millions of British people who voted for the Labour Party, thinking and expecting that they would acquiesce and comply with their manifesto, which was to respect the wishes of the British people in the referendum. Mr. Corbyn, for political expediency, is now trying to delay and obstruct this bill going through. But the chaos and mayhem that would ensue if this bill wasn't voted for would be very significant and detrimental for the United Kingdom. So I'm very, very sad that on such an issue of huge national strategic importance to Britain, Mr. Corbyn is playing political games. And
he's flip-flopped a bit, hasn't he, really? Because there was a time when he said, ruled out completely single market and customs union access, and then today he's left it very much on the table, which would obviously then mean free movement of people and things like that. I mean, this must be quite worrying for you, sat opposite him in the chamber there, not really knowing where he stands, I suppose.
Well, Mr. Corbyn and his colleagues have had countless machinations of what Brexit means, and if you look at the various interviews that they've given and the various different replies and possibilities they've given, it doesn't stack up. You're either in the European Union or you're out of it. We are pulling out. It is going to be a clean Brexit, a proper Brexit, the sort of Brexit that the British people were expecting when they voted for it in unprecedented numbers last year. And that's why this bill is very important, but the actual negotiations are absolutely critical. Other countries have managed to negotiate trading agreements with the European Union. Norway has done it, Switzerland has done it, and so we must do it as well. But we must do it from the perspective of a clean Brexit.
We had Caroline Flint came out today and said that she was going to defy the Labour whip and not vote against the bill. She said, basically to honour the result of the referendum. Clearly, you would imagine a lot of Labour MPs are not going to do the same. They may well back their leaders. I mean, what would you say to them, really? Is it going against will of the people? Should they maybe change their course of action tonight?
Well, I very much hope that there will be more than the ones that you've just mentioned. I think the Labour MPs who want to obstruct this bill will ultimately have to be held to account by their local Labour parties in their constituencies and by their constituents. I think that they will have a really hard time in explaining to their constituents who have voted overwhelmingly for Brexit in certain cases why they would want to obstruct the EU repeal bill, which is the fundamental plank of the whole process. It rather does smack of trying to put spokes in the wheel of this very, very important process. This bill is probably the most important bill that Parliament has passed since 1972.
Right.
I was born in January 1972 when we entered the European Union. Actually, we entered the EEC. So, this is a fundamentally important constitutional point, and I would urge Labour MPs to have the courage of their convictions and to comply with the wishes of their electorate.